Hello, good morning, and welcome to episode 50 of Nebula Quest. I am Noden, your host, as always. Holy shit, episode 50! Is that right? Wow, that is a bit surprising. Man, it's been a long time. It's been a while. We've been doing this, isn't it? Let's first, before we get too far,
Frameshift drive
let's get into Yuldy-timey framey shifty.
4, 3,
so we can explore
engage.
yonder planetary system here. As we continue on our way towards the Horsehead Nebula, which is the point of Nebula Quest, to get there eventually. I wasn't quite expecting it to take us 50 episodes, but then again, I don't think I was originally, when I'd come up with the idea, I don't think I was originally planning on spending quite as much time as this exploring each of the systems, and I'm glad I have, but I think in my initial brain thing, I was just gonna kind of just go, and I'm really glad that we didn't. I'm glad that we've kind of taken our time getting there and kind of exploring what this galaxy has to offer, because we could get there fairly quickly if we were just burning through, but this is more fun, so yes. I feel like we're farther away from this planetary body than we were when we logged off. Is it just me? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Oh, speaking of last time, okay, oh my god. So something that I hate, and I hate when this happens, is, do you ever, come up with a really great joke, but it's always, but it's like 10 minutes too late? So last episode, there we go, we were chatting about asshole fruit, and it's not fruit that is designed for your asshole, though that I'm sure would be an interesting prospect for some people. No, it's about fruit that, for lack of a better reason for being. No, basically it just sucks. It's horrible fruit. It's not that it tastes bad. It can be quite delicious. It's just that for some reason or another, the processes that we have in place for buying, transporting, and then ingesting said fruit are massively designed incorrectly in such a way that those three things can never actually truly happen. You can't buy the piece of fruit and get it home and it still look like a piece of fruit you want to ingest, or said, you can't buy a piece of fruit, get it home, then try to take it to work or school and then try to enjoy it because it won't look like a piece of fruit that you want to enjoy. These are the problems with asshole fruit, and this is why we name them such. Which one's that one? So, I was talking about pears, and that's because they're the bane of my personal existence, because, I mean, I've come to terms to a certain degree with bananas, in that when the bananas that you buy at the store are not the bananas that you get when you bring them home. But pears, you buy them, you bring them home, they still look great, and you're like, oh, I love a bit of pear for my lunch, so you put it in your bag, and this is the joke. Because putting it in the bag is pulling the pin on a pear grenade, because that is exactly what it is. You put it in the bag, and somewhere between being at home, safe in a bag, to being at work, at lunchtime, that pear has exploded and blown its smithereens all over the rest of your food and bag. So the pulling the pin on the pear grenade was a fucking great joke, and it came to me too late. 10 minutes too late, and I'm sad about it, so sad that I thought I'd bring back that whole conversation and alienate anybody who'd watched the last episode and went, oh, for fuck's sakes, and just immediately just send them packing again, so that I could tell that joke. Wasn't it worth it? I thought so. Actually, no, there were a few things that I did want to talk about. One, actually, I just finished this, so I got a not serious one, and then a serious one. It's not very serious, but I actually just finished, just minutes ago, the last chapter in the TellTales Game of Thrones game, and it's not something that I've put on the channel, because it and the, Tales of the Borderland one came out at about the same time, and I'm like, well, I don't really have time to do two of these, so I never put it up, and, oh man, Telltale games have this thing about them where to a certain extent, you never really know if you chose the right thing, right? Because and if you've never watched, like, if you don't know what it is, well, first, go check out my Tales of the Borderland TellTales game. It's definitely worth watching. But second, that it's just like, it's a choose your own adventure. So you might remember those from when you were a child being, and it's very fun and cool, and everybody enjoys them. Where is this thing that we've just highlighted? Over here? No? Over here, yes. I just forgot how to play this game for a second. Okay, so that one is farther away. It's very large, though. Huh. Let's also just quickly run a dubstep scanner. Yes, so, but the Tales of the Borderland ones, you know, again, you don't know if you chose the right thing, you're not sure how much impact it will have on the rest of the game, but you make your decisions and you're stuck with them, right? In the Game of Thrones one, every decision you make makes you feel not only like you've chosen the wrong one, but you're actually a piece of shit human being that doesn't deserve to exist. I swear there is not a single decision that you can make in there that doesn't somehow make you feel that. And I'm convinced no matter what you chose, you would still feel like that. So, I'm really trying not to spoil anything for it, because I don't understand. I believe that the paths that you can take in that game are wildly different from each other, and there's a lot of variation. I think that there are. I feel like there are, but I don't know that there are. And oh man, like, I'm getting old and getting emotional. Okay, I could say that, but I almost cried at the end. Like, I was like fighting back tears at the end of that game because of the decisions that I made that made me cry. Jeez, and it doesn't help, like, I actually had a backlog at it, which I didn't realize, that I had 2 episodes that I had to actually play through. So that was episode 5 and 6, or 6 and 7. I don't recall. It's one of that, something like that. Anyways, bloody brilliant, and just, oh, goodness gracious, though. Like, absolutely wrecked me. And you just don't know. Like, and they left it in such a way where, like, they could do a sequel. Like, they could do another, they could do, like a season 2. Which they did with The Walking Dead, I suppose, didn't they? This is definitely in the, like, hey, let's do a second season of it. Because there is enough sort of, well, let's duck down below this so we don't get slowed down too much. Enough opening for another season of it, and there's so many unanswered things too, so, oh goodness, it's really good though, and I really suggest that you guys go see it. Actually, I sent out a tweet, and I'm gonna try to bring it up real quick, just because I really liked it. Just so I can read it to you guys. Oh yeah, so it's like, I have learned today that I would lose the Game of Thrones. Still a great game at Telltale Games, and I don't begrudge you my horrible death. That's pretty much what I said. Because it's a fantastic game, and yes, I found out I would in fact lose the Game of Thrones. I would not survive. I do not have what it takes. I am a pitiful, pitiful man with pitiful, pitiful desires that do not coincide with, furthering the goals of a house. That seems to be the overwhelming conclusion that I have gathered from playing the Telltale game. And again, I don't know how much difference there is in the rest of the story, like in any of the other possible story arcs, but it feels like they could be massively different, like wildly different, and I have no idea how that turns out at all. So, yeah. Take a sip of Noden Space Coffee. Delicious Noden Space Coffee, available at fine retailers everywhere. Or not, but maybe one day, but probably not. Yeah, anyways, absolutely, racking. It's just like, and like I said, nearly made me cry. I was like, they were like, you know, when you see like in like cartoons and like anime, and they got that like bead of like water right at the bottom of their eyes, and it just won't tear, but it's like it's just there. I think that's what I had. I had that bead, that had that under eye anime bead of stuff. Oh my god, anime. Okay, I wasn't actually going to talk about anime, but oh my god, anime. This season, so I think it's a pretty good season so far. Now I haven't watched a lot of this things, and that's one of the things that probably helps helps is that I've only watched a very small little section. I'm doing this motion. I don't know what motion that is. I've only watched a small segment of the stuff that came out this season, but it's so far. Oh, the 3 that I have watched are just fantastic, and I love them to bits. So the one that most people are probably familiar with, is that actually this side of the planet? I don't think it is. Let's go up and over this gassy giant. Is Iron-Blooded Orphans. Is it? Oh no, it's Gundam Suit Iron-Blooded Orphans, I think is what it is. I don't remember actually. I think I've talked about this already, but it is so good. I was just catching up on that last night, and each episode of that just gets better and better. And One Punch Man, same thing, just better and better every episode. I'm really excited that I've been actually waiting to. I was telling our good friend Pat Rock about it, and he's going to watch One Punch Man, but he's waiting for the dub to come out because he's lazy. And I think I've been waiting to tell a few people about it until the dub comes out, because I have a few friends who I think would really love it, and who are either already into anime or, you know, potentially could be. But I think, like, they're the kinds of people who need the dub, who aren't going to be satisfied listening, like, trying to watch and read at the same time. And I know that's, without getting into a, you know, which is more pure kind of argument, because I don't believe it makes a difference. I think it's all down to what you enjoy. And frankly, some things I will watch both of. And the next one, Noden'gin Arigato, which is the second season of Noden'gin, which, oh my god, I love that show so much. And I think I talked about this already, about how it's like so much like resembles one of my like childhood not fantasies but stories that I like used to like joke around with and tell. Is that everything? Holy shit, we actually finished this place up. Excessive mass. Ooh. It's what I always heard. What was I gonna say? But it's fantastic, and like I said, yeah, it reminds me of this joke I used to talk about being a god for hire, and there's a lot of that kind of. In fact, somewhere, I probably don't have anymore. I actually at one point had a business card that actually had like my name and like god for hire kind of a thing on there, and yeah, and it was like a whole like I joke from when I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10 or something like that. But so this kind of reminds me of that a lot, but it's just a really fun story, and it's really good. So I've been really enjoying that, and that's one that I've watched all of. I think I watched the first season only in dub, and then when the new season came out, like this season, in the fall season, I watched the subtitled one, and then now that the dub version is starting to come out, I'm watching the dubbed episodes as well, just because I enjoy both of them. It's such a good story, and it's such a good show that it's worth. I should actually do some work here. We should be doing some stuff here. What's the buttons? There we go. That it's worth it to me to watch both of them. And I don't do that much. I'm not big on rewatching things. It's It's starting to become an issue. I don't know, it's really hard to justify watching something again when there's so much good material that I haven't seen out there, you know? It's like rereading a book. Like, ain't nobody got no time to reread no book. There's so many books that are out there that are worth reading. Why would you waste your time reading a book you've already read? I mean, even if assuming that you have completely forgotten it, if it's in the red pile, just fucking leave it in the red pile. Move on to something else. There's gonna be something else that's out there that is even better. Unless somehow mysteriously you have found the best book in the entire world, and then how would you know? It's like the conundrum of finding like the perfect person for you. Like, you know how some people say that there's just one person for everybody, and like a true love. And the scientific statistical mind of mine says, yeah, sure, but we should again get moving here.
Frameshift drive charging.
But you know, it's possible. I mean, you could meet somebody and be like, well, but maybe there is only one person for everybody, and how do I know this person is it? And you don't know. You just don't know. You have to assume. Now, with books, you usually just go out and read another book, but you know, with relationships, it's kind of frowned upon. So I don't suggest doing that per se. Relationship advice from Noden: don't treat people like books. And that's good advice regardless, okay? Just, yeah. Doubly Stepley. Seems like there's more stuff around here anyways. 7 new astronomical objects. Let us target. Begin the targeting sequence, please. Looks like possibly a very large red giant. I feel. Come on. Oh, you yellow-orange. That was close.
Fuel scooping.
Let's give me a little bit of left rudder here. Yeah, don't treat people like books. Anyways, yeah, so it's something that I have actually rewatched, and so that's how good it is to me, is that it's worth watching again, or that there's entertainment enough value in watching.
Temperature critical.
It's only 83. Okay, now it's critical. That there's enough entertainment value in watching it again in the dub version. And honestly, when you watch both, like, they're different. It's a different experience, yes, because yes, when you're watching it in the dub version, you don't have to change your focus, so you can kind of focus more on looking at the art style and things like that. But I don't know. And maybe I'm just fast. I'm not a fast reader. Let's start with that. I'm not a fast reader.
Fuel scooping.
But I can read fast enough that I don't feel like it takes away from my ability to perceive the rest of the show. But I don't know. The point is, enjoy your stuff however you want to enjoy it, as long as it's within the limits of the law and or polite common things. Then don't worry about it. You know, just hang out, be groovy. And don't treat people like books. Those are the 2 pieces of advice you get today. Don't treat people like books, and enjoy your shit the way you want to enjoy your shit. Sure. That's all sounds like good advice. Great advice. You know what? I still have a thing to talk about, but we're not going to do it because we are out of time. So I'm going to get out of this oven.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
We're going to slow this down. We're going to stop targeting this. Unlock destination. Maybe we'll do a little pointy back key at the star that we were just fueling from around, and we will call it an episode. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this valuable pieces of advice and re-listening to stories about things happening so I could tell a joke I thought of too late. And yes, thank you all for watching again. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of the things that we do together. And until we do those sexy, sexy things together again. Ciao, I love you.